This is QTV News. I am Marietu Sidibe and thanks for joining us. First, the headlines on the second day of 2020. New year, new babies. We find out where the year's firstborn babies were delivered. As some babies were making the early arrivals, one was making a late arrival at Brikama. And the First Ladies Foundation had a pleasant surprise in store for parents of the New Year's newborns and those in attendance at their baths. The drug law enforcement officers make arrest of suspected drug dealers. For more on these and other stories, stay tuned. And now the news in detail. The first two babies born on New Year's Day in the Greater Banjul area was born at 12:03 a.m. at Serekunda General Hospital in Kanifing. QTV was at both Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital and the Serekunda General Hospital to witness the developments. Momodu Lamin Choi reports.
As the clocks tick to midnight, people ringing the new year, hospital labor wards are also busy with doctors and nurses attending to mothers in labor, while family members wait for good news on the successful birth of the first babies of 2020. At the stroke of midnight, fireworks blast off with jubilation, welcoming the year 2020 in the Greater Banjul area. At both the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital and the Serekunda General Hospital, no baby was born at exactly 12 midnight. However, at 3 minutes past the midnight hour, a bouncing baby girl weighing 3.09 kg was born at the Serekunda Hospital to Binta Jasi. The baby's mother tells us how she feels as one of the lucky mothers of the year.
Yeah, I'm okay right now. My son, I'm a bad problem.
I'm okay right now, and I thank God. I haven't experienced any problem.
After 32 minutes, the same hospital registers the birth of a baby boy weighing 3.60 kg. The baby's mother is called Binta Bojang. Doctors and nurses of the hospital are happy with such a historic moment. Dr. Babanding Dafe speaks on behalf of the Serekunda Hospital.
Actually, that is the target. By 12 o'clock, we deliver our first baby. And then not only one, but maybe 1, 2, 3 at the same time. Yeah. But this time around, unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way like last year. But all the same, about 3 minutes after 12 is not bad.
In Banjul, at the main referral hospital, the wait for their firstborn of the year lasted for 40 minutes before a baby girl was born to Umu Balde, weighing 3 kg. When the news of a newborn broke out, it was welcomed with a celebration and expression of gratitude.
We are very much happy as the country main referral hospital grazing the first baby of the year. Yeah. The baby's condition is okay. The baby did not have any problem, as likewise the mother also. There was no bad complication, definitely.
It has become a long-standing tradition in the Gambia that New Year is not only welcomed and celebrated, but also that the birth of the first babies registered on the first day are acknowledged by offering special donations of gifts to the babies' families. Mohamed Lamin Choi, QTV News.
The last baby, born in 2019, was perhaps born at Brikama Health Center. As the hospital staff were expecting to deliver the first baby of the year, a baby boy was born just 3 minutes before midnight. Bintu Koka reports.
Staff at Brikama Health Center were anticipating delivering the first baby of the year. To their surprise, a bouncing baby boy was born just minutes before the New Year 2020. A doctor at Brikama Health Center who witnessed the delivery had this to say.
Looking at the fact that we used to have a lot of deliveries. Because if you look at our previous record last year, we have over more than 6,000 deliveries for the whole year. 6,760 delivery. So this year we are expecting to go more than that. Because if you look at last month, we have 927 deliveries. That was November. And December is not yet, just ended. So we are having more and more deliveries. So we want to have more midwives here.
A nurse who was part of the team at the labor ward expressed joy about the newborn baby.
Last year, like we get the first newborn baby and the second one. Today also, we are waiting. Hopefully we will have maybe 2, 3 or 4.
A doctor on call also spoke about his expectations.
Here sometimes you can have like from one shift, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. you can have like 36 deliveries per night. So we want to take this opportunity to thank all the staff around and thank you people also for coming to us to celebrate this day with us, even though we are unfortunate to have a SAP 12 baby, but we have somebody that just delivered 3 minutes to 12 o'clock. So I think it's also a good thing. And before dawn, we are hopeful that we'll have some deliveries as well.
Being born on New Year's Day can bring you fame and a little bit of luck. That is, if you're first and at the right hospital. And maybe that's why some New Year's babies have scored prizes of all sorts, including scholarship, amongst other goodies. For the baby born at Brikama Health Center just before the stroke of midnight, his name may still be in the history books for being, perhaps, the last born of 2019. Bintu Koka, QTV News.
The Gambia's First Lady on Wednesday visited 3 hospitals in the Greater Banjul area to distribute money and gifts to New Year babies. The items were donated through the First Lady's Fab Foundation. Malik Nyang reports.
As it has become a tradition to donate items to firstborn babies of the new year, the First Lady Fatoumata Barbaro, through her foundation, visited and donated items to babies and mothers at Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, Kanifing Hospital and Bundung Hospital. All firstborn babies of the new year 2020 at these hospitals were sponsored by Gambian institutions through the Fatoumata Barbaro Foundation. This year, the donation is not only limited to first and second-born babies, but also to all the newborn babies of the new year in the 3 hospitals. Speaking at EFSTH, the Minister of Health, Dr. Amadou Lamin Samate, in acknowledging the First Lady's good initiative, said, "The First Lady has demonstrated her immense passion, enthusiasm, dedication, nationalism, and patriotism to the people of the country, saying there is no better place to show that than by supporting people at hospitals."
Today being the first day of 2020, this is a good beginning, and we are all happy. It is a promising beginning, welcoming a new year and new babies in such a way and supporting the families. I think it is something that we should applaud the First Lady and her team for immensely.
The acting CEO of the FAB Foundation, Fatou Cisse, said, "The First Lady and her board of directors decided not only to give items to the mothers of the firstborn babies, but also to give cash to the nurses who tirelessly supported the mothers during the night of the delivery." She also gave an overview of the FAB Foundation.
This foundation was launched in 2017. The First Lady has the initiative to support the health sector. And part of it is this initiative of supporting the first baby of the year. It was initially for the first baby of the year, but with her passion for kids and health sector, she has enlarged the scope to make sure that it covers almost all the babies of the hospital whenever we're in here on the 1st of every year.
Ms. Cisse further called on institutions and philanthropists to support the foundation so that they can better support the people and enhance conditions in the health sector, amongst others. The Deputy Chief Medical Director of EFSTH, Charles Robert, also commented.
The first one was a baby girl, and the second one was a baby boy. So we want to give thanks to God for these gifts to the families that are represented here. And we pray that they will be able to use these gifts that are given to them to help bring up these children to be responsible citizens of the Gambia.
The CEOs and representatives of various hospitals gave information of the firstborn babies while sharing their appreciation of the gesture and also the successes and challenges faced by their hospitals. The donors also gave some remarks assuring them of their continuous support to the FAB Foundation in improving the health sector. Malik Nyang for QTV News.
We will go with a short commercial break, and when we return, we hear about some people already falling foul of the law early in the new year, and already on our ever dangerous roads, we hear of some early road casualties. Join us after the break for these stories and more.
QCell is at it again with its brand new free mobile app.
Oh yes! Now you can access the wonderful world of QCell with the new app and get all your favorite services on the app. There's no need to remember any codes.
Fantastic! No more codes. And even better, with the new app, you can live stream QTV and listen to Q Radio on your phone anywhere, anytime.
Yes! Listen to Q Radio Live, purchase your Q Power tokens, use your Q Money wallet, and do much more, all for free on the app.
Go now and download the app for free from Play Store or the App Store.
And you can get 30 days free QTV streaming once you download the app. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's because it's QCell, the network you trust for great things. QCell, a decade of innovation.
A lifetime of trust.
Welcome back. The Drug Law Enforcement Agency over the weekend arrested 4 people in different locations in the Greater Banjul area with suspected cannabis and heroin. Babu Karsi reports.
One of the suspects, 26 years of age, was caught in Abuko with 18 bundles, 11 parcels, 56 wraps and suspected cannabis and 31 stones of hashish. 2 individuals, one of them, Babukar Singate, a 60-year-old man, were also arrested in Banjul with suspected cannabis and 14 pieces of heroin. The third person was also allegedly caught with suspected cannabis, arrested in Dipakunda. Lamin K. Jobate, a drug law enforcement officer, tells us more.
One Bakar Njai, he was arrested at Abuko on Sunday around 2:30 a.m. in the morning. He was arrested with 56 big bundles of cannabis, 11 wraps, 56 wraps with 11 puzzles, and 31 stones of suspected hashish stone. Then the next one we have one Alaji Cham of Dibakunda. He was arrested with 6 puzzles of suspected cannabis. Then we have 2 others also who were nabbed in Banjul. One is Babukar Singate. He's 60-year-old. He was arrested at a place in Banjul at the beachside, a place called Cocaine Center. There's a place at the beachside where they call Cocaine Center.
Mr. Jobate went on to explain that nowadays drug traffickers no longer deal only in cannabis but also cocaine and heroin.
Also, as you can see, if you follow our arrest, you will realize that we've been arresting cocaine for some time now. Although heroin is not that frequent in our arrest, but now we see that it is surfacing again. But our men on the ground are very vigilant, and we will continue, we will never relent in fighting drugs.
Jobate assured the public that the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency will never relent in the fight against the use of illicit drugs and drug traffickers. He used the opportunity to also advise people to stay away from drug usage and trafficking.
The message we want to send across is that we are more committed today than ever before. So we want to tell the general public that we are here and then we are going to remain, and we are steadfast in our fight, and we're going to continue to fight drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking. And the other thing I want to issue warning to our young people, that there is more to life than drugs. Drugs only destroy your life and ruin your life. So please
I'm appealing, do not venture into drugs. Let's concentrate on something meaningful that will help better our lives and better the lives of our people than to get into drugs that will ruin us as an individual and ruin your family as well.
Babukar C, QTV News.
More than 6 people are hospitalized with multiple injuries after a truck carrying sand overturned and fell on a makeshift market at Latria village. Eyewitnesses say several people were pulled out alive after being trapped under piles of sand and rubble. Our reporter Momodu Gajaga visited the scene and he now reports.
Eyewitnesses say the truck driver lost control as he was trying to avoid hitting a private car before crashing into a makeshift market where women were selling foodstuffs. Modu Ba, a resident of Latria village, witnessed the incident.
The speeding truck first crashed into this car before losing control. The Nissan Qashqai was taking a bend, slowing down but not signaling. Suddenly, the truck driver lost control and overturned onto this makeshift market. At the time, women were selling foodstuffs here.
Many of the bystanders say the few speed bumps on this highway are not enough. They call on the government through the National Road Authority to help.
I'm urging on the government, police and other agencies to get us more speed bumps. Nevertheless, drivers should slow down when they are driving past a residential area. The speed limit is 30 kilometers per hour. They should not exceed that.
Samba Ba, Deputy Imam of Latria village, expressed sadness at the incident. He described it as unfortunate. However, he called on women to use the community market for their own safety.
I'm calling on the women to use the community market since it is there for all those who want to sell and buy. We don't want the reoccurrence of such a tragedy again.
Even though the accident happened very close to a police station, the police say they cannot comment for now, citing ongoing investigations to establish the cause of the accident.
This pile of sand just behind me is as a result of a truck plunging here where women were selling their produce. What is still not clear if someone is still trapped here. Momodu Gajaga reporting for QTV News in Latria.
A one-day information sharing forum on institutional mandates, roles and responsibilities was organized by the Network of Finance and Tax Reporters, the Gambia chapter, in collaboration with Gambia Bankers Association. Malik Nyang reports.
The objective of the forum is to bring private and public sectors under one platform and interact with the media, discuss successes of their institutions and plot a way forward. The president of Network of Finance and Tax Reporters Gambia chapter, Abdullah Nyoke, said, among other things, that the network seeks to establish strong collaboration between tax reporters and revenue administration to enhance tax education and awareness in supporting domestic resource mobilization, amongst others.
If you want to pay your tax, you don't know where to go and pay it. How much should you pay, where and when should you pay? It is always a problem. But our network is here. We cannot also go and give the information to the general public. We need training. Whether it's the tax authority or any other governmental whatsoever, we need training. So as we can be well equipped to better disseminate the right information to the right people. Without the training, it will be difficult for us also to carry the information. This is why every month, if we have the resources, we will organize, even if it's 3 hours or 4 hours forum. It's just to enlighten the general public about the essence of tax payment to government. Without this tax, government cannot be functional.
Mr. Nyoke also said part of their objectives include educating and sensitizing the public about the importance of tax payment to government and the effects of money laundering and terrorist financing in our sub-region. The Gambia Revenue Authority's Cooperative and Public Affairs Manager Lamin B.F. Jassi said, revenue collection and revenue administration are very challenging. He talked about the impact the forum will have on taxpayers.
This forum, definitely, if it works as we all expected, it will in a way help us also to get people outside there educated and to know what are some of their responsibilities in terms of tax payment.
Alaji Jeng, the finance and admin manager of the Gambia Bankers Association, said his opinion on how to become a good financial reporter.
You have to touch on fraud, you have to touch on money laundering, you have to touch on all those criminal aspects. So if you are reporting, you have to not to be biased. You have to report of what you see. You have to report also what is relevant. Right? But you cannot just jump and report something that you are not sure of. So that one also is dangerous. Whatever you are reporting, make sure that is key. Because I'm not a journalist, but I know as a journalist, when you are you are here to give public the information they need. So if you are giving information, make sure that the information doesn't harm. Let it be realistic. Whoever is affected, fine. But the most important, let it be realistic. That's the key.
Mr. Jeng gave the assurance that in future programs with NFTR, the institution will guide and train financial reporters to make them better understand how to report on finance and attain their goals. The forum also featured representatives from the GCCI, the Gambia Press Union, teachers of the University of the Gambia, and media chiefs, among others. Malik Nyang for QTV News.
Before we end this bulletin, let's take a quick look at our main stories. New Year, new babies. We found out where the year's firstborn babies were delivered. As some babies were making early arrivals, one was making a late arrival at Brikama. And the First Ladies Foundation had a pleasant surprise in store for parents of the New Year's newborns and those in attendance at their births. Drug law enforcement officers made arrests in the early new year of suspected drug sellers. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Join us tomorrow for more news. Thank you for watching.